What's going on, YouTube? This is Dave's Daily Trades. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. In today's episode, we're going to be going over the reverse repos. We're also going to be taking a quick peek at the GME earnings, which is actually after the bell tomorrow. Things could get really interesting for GameStop. Of course, we are going to be covering the crypto flash crash that did happen today. Some really wonky things going on over there in the crypto market. Of course, talking about El Salvador becoming the first country to adopt Bitcoin as the national currency, and if that has anything to do with the drop in price today. And then, of course, going over the daily Treasury statement that was posted for 9/3. But first, as always, guys, we are going to start off with a quick technical analysis and look into our favorite stock of all time, AMC. But before we jump into it, guys, be sure to smash that like button and also subscribe for more content. Anyways, guys, right now we are looking at the 1-minute chart for AMC, and great day today. Up 8.66% for the day, and currently down just a little bit after hours, just about 57 cents or 1.19%. So we did start the day with a great push up, which is really the moral of the story every single day, where we do have this liftoff, a little bit of consolidation, pullback, and then we start the run higher and higher. So guys, we closed on Friday right around $44 on the dot. It was actually $44.02, and hit our high at the end of day today at $47.93. And as you all know, we have been talking about this resistance line just about at 48.50 in that range, which we have been unsuccessful of breaking out for the last 3 attempts. So hopefully this time is different. I guess tomorrow is really going to see and be the ultimate test if we can do so. But a few things on the 1 minute that I do want to just talk about briefly. So first, we do have this nice consolidation going on in this range right here. This happened right around 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. But the biggest thing that I'm really looking at today is our high of the day came literally at the closing minute, guys. Right exactly over here. So that is something that is unusual for AMC. Typically what we'll see is the high of the day reached either A, right in the morning, or B, right around 2, 3 o'clock before seeing a pullback. So seeing that we closed at the high is super bullish. Momentum is there, guys. Volume is picking up, and that is just something absolutely great to see. Now, I do want to take a quick look at the 1-day chart and some interesting things that I have pointed out on the screen. So, of course, everyone on Reddit, Discord, Twitter has really been talking about this cycle theory, guys. And this really has been making me wonder, like, what the hell's going on here? So anyways, I'm just looking at the candlesticks here just to try to get some comparison of where we are compared to the late May, early June run-up. And really what I'm looking at is this area right here starting from May 13th to May 26th. And this new period here from 8/24 all the way to current day. And there are some things that I want to point out here. So, of course, really the biggest thing is we started here with this flat momentum, which really looks to be this region over here, where price movement was right around this $32 to $35 range for the most part. Now, of course, it's not going to be perfect, but there is some correlation. Now, what happens once we break that out of that consolidation phase, we have that nice green candle moving us towards that resistance line, and the old resistance was right around 1450. Remember the area that we literally could never break out of? It took quite a few times to break out. But anyways, we have that big green move. What do we have over here to break us out of that consolidation in that range of $35, $32 to $35? We have this right here. That brings us all the way to close at 44.26. Now, after this, we do have a little bit of consolidation at the highs with these 2 red candles, and then we trade down and dip below over here. Now we have a couple of red candles, 1, 2, 3, of relatively flat movement. So we didn't get the red candles here, we did get green, but guys, very similar patterns where it is flat movement. We open and close right around the same area, and that's exactly what happened here. And then lastly, we start to have these green candles that aim us right towards that June 2nd run-up. So really what I'm thinking, guys, is we are right now at the old May 24, May 25th date. So what I'm expecting moving forward is, first, we do need to break this resistance line at 48.50, that range. That is really the old 1450. And once we do break out of that, that's when we're going to start to see these massive green candles pushing us past all-time highs, and then, of course, moving us up into that triple-digit range. So that's what I'm looking for. And I really think this week we are going to break out, get above somewhere into this $50 or $60 range. I'm thinking somewhere closer to 60. And then next week is going to be the week that I personally believe we are going to break out, see all-time highs, and see these massive breakout candles like we did in the late May, early June run-up. So that's my quick TA for AMC right here. Of course, we are respecting this upward moving trend line right here that I have drawn out, and that's been playing out perfectly since the 12th. So if we can hold this and break through 48, we're going to be off to the races to all-time highs. Of course, RSI looking really good. And something interesting that I pointed out in the last video is, guys, AMC doesn't like to run until it gets into the RSI of over 70. And that's when we see massive, massive run-up. And that's why I'm thinking we're somewhere right around here, right around the 24th. So, of course, once we get over 70, that's when I think AMC is going to start having those massive breakout candles. And, of course, when we are going to be reaching those all-time highs. But something really strange happened that we haven't seen in quite some time. So, I just want to point this out, guys. Typically, AMC and GME have identical charts. And this has been going on since just about January time. And probably even before that, but I really wasn't covering AMC or GameStop back then. Anyways, so the morning started off relatively the same, where we have this decent run up in the morning. We did consolidate, come down. We have this V pattern or almost a W pattern, depending on how you look at it. Come back up, don't quite reach past that high of the morning, and then tumble down. And we saw this with AMC as well. But what happened with AMC is right after we came down to this $45 region, AMC was bought up and started to move next to that resistance line at $48. Now, what happened with GameStop? GameStop actually continued to fall, traded sideways, but for the most part traded down, closing close to the lows of the days. I mean, we closed below $200 on GameStop, which of course I would have liked to see that stay over 200, but that's totally fine. And the lows were 196. So that was something interesting, just because it is breaking the trend. So, of course, we don't know exactly what's different, but I did want to point that out. And definitely feel free to leave some comments in the description below, letting me know what your predictions and why you think that the differences between AMC and GME happened today. Anyways, guys, this is something that we're covering daily moving forward. This is just the reverse repo. Today, for collateral submitted, we had $1.079 trillion. So, of course, that is off the highs that we did see last week, but still well over $1 trillion, guys. I personally don't think that we're going to fall below $1 trillion anytime soon, and especially before the mother of all short squeezes happens. But, of course, this is something that I'll continue to watch and update you guys daily on, so make sure those bell notifications are turned on. All right, so really something big that is about to happen. GameStop is expected to report earnings, and that is after the bell tomorrow, guys. So, of course, GameStop as a company, I mean, go on their website right now, try to buy literally anything. You can't. Of course, there are supply chain issues that are messing up a lot of the computer components and various other things. But, guys, a lot of this GameStop hype with the stock has actually made its way over to their retail stores, really picking up on purchases of just about everything. And, guys, I really think that they're going to have a great earnings report. And plus, guys, there has been a lot of chitter-chatter going around about GameStop actually potentially releasing some type of dividend. Of course, we're not sure. There has been some rumors about an NTF dividend. Not 100% sure about that, but of course, we will find out more tomorrow. So super psyched for this, guys. I think it's going to have some really big positive results. And of course, if we look at the options flow for GameStop, things are really looking good. Unusual Whales did post some information about that today and a few days ago, so definitely go check them out, because following the flow in the options chains is really, really important. So, great. Anyways, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, what the hell is going on here, guys? This is just a quick screenshot of all of the cryptocurrencies that I could really think of off the top of my head, and it is terrible. Let's actually just take a look at the chart for Bitcoin real quick. I mean, guys, absolutely terrible. Just give me a second while I pull this up. We're going to jump over to the 1 day. Look at this. So, of course, on the day so far, they're down, call it 10.5% right now. But we really haven't seen a lot of dips in the past just like this before. And actually, we hit a low on the day of just about $42,000. And previously, on the day before, we hit over 50. So, of course, Bitcoin, extremely volatile. But the big question is, why did this sell off? So, of course, I'm going to take a quick look over here to Bitcoin Archive on Twitter. So, 1.1 billion leveraged longs on Bitcoin liquidated in the last hour, guys. That's a shit ton of money. And guys, I know the crypto community has those diamond hands. They do not plan on selling. So that gives us reason to believe that this was absolutely institutional investors selling their longs or even being forced liquidated for some type of margin requirements going on in the overall market. Because, of course, we know the market is extremely risky right now, and there are some major catalysts that are going into effect very shortly, guys. So, possibly, the Bitcoin dip today was all to grab some liquidity, possibly even to defend the GameStop run for tomorrow. Who knows? But funny enough, guys, El Salvador becomes the first country to adopt Bitcoin as the national currency. Super interesting, guys. And again, going back to this right here, could it be the buy the rumor, sell the news? Don't know for fact. Of course, we won't know because this information is not going to make its way to us. But I personally think that the Bitcoin sell-off today and the crypto sell-off in general was more for gaining liquidity. And plus, Bitcoin did run up from the low of like just about 28,000 just to 52. So there could be some profit taking in that as well. All right, so the last item I did want to cover today was the daily Treasury balance for 9/3. Of course, this data does come out quote-unquote daily, but it does lag quite a bit, as you can tell. Anyways, guys, there was the current balance right now, $262 billion. That means we did burn through $30 billion of cash since the previous day on September 2nd. So if you guys haven't watched, go check out Boss Blunts. Go check out my interview with Boss Blunts on my channel. And of course, just so many people are talking about the crisis that is going on right now. Of course, guys, look at our budget. $262 billion seems like a lot of money, but when we're burning through $30 billion and some days up to $90 billion, this does not look like so much. So of course, guys, what's happening is right now Congress is on recess. We are coming to a real issue with the budget right now. And potentially what a lot of people are saying and what I personally think is we're going to come into a crisis where we're not going to have enough money to pay off our debt, which is incredibly bad, guys. And that's because you have the default on your debt obligations. The Treasury yield is going to drop like crazy. Overall confidence in the market is going to drop. Risk is going to go up. Margin requirements are going to go up. And that very well could lead to the AMC, GameStop, BlackBerry, all the other meme stocks, this mother of all short squeezes. So this is something that I'm going to try to keep an eye on to the best of my ability. As I said, this data lags, possibly lags for a very good reason, but curious to see what the current budget balance is at right now. Anyways, guys, that's all that I have to cover today. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more content, and I hope you guys all have an amazing night. Peace out.